So I'm excited. I am sharing you something personal today. I am going to share you exactly how my money moves because I want you to know that this is not theory. This is practical. You can do it and it is so possible. Welcome all my anxious for nothing. So we have talked about the problem. We've talked about the mental shift that we need to make. And today I'm going to give you proof. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it using one of my accounts as an example. Before I go into this week's episode, to all my US listeners, I want to say happy Juneteenth to you all. And I think we can all take from this and look into how we can liberate ourselves financially as well as economically. Happy Father's Day in advance, or to all the men in our lives. Maybe they're not our fathers, but they've played a father figure in our lives. We recognize all the support you give to the families and sacrifices that are made, and how you love your family just the way Jesus Christ loves the church as well. That unconditional love. It doesn't matter what we do, what we say. We want to thank all those fathers that have been loving us unconditionally. Happy Father's Day to you all. So let's get into today's episode. This episode is my personal testimony. I have been going through a practical breakdown of what I've been doing, and it's also going to be a deep dive into one particular area of the system I'm going to be sharing with you. And it's going to show you my strategy, the automation, and the account's purpose and how it compounds. So do you feel like it's too late for you to start investing? Have you started, saw your investments drop and got scared and quickly took your money out? And do you want to start? And do you want your money to start actually doing the heavy lifting for you? Well, I want to share with you that it is possible, and it's possible to invest even if you are sending money home, you've got bills to pay, you've got a credit card bill that needs covering. You can still start investing. And investing doesn't mean that, you can't have any money spare to start enjoying your life. If anything, investing is going to help your money make money on your behalf. There you go. So one thing that I quickly grasped, and if you can grasp this and learn and understand this concept, it will change your life. And that is, the amount of money you make is irrelevant. It is not important. It does not matter at all. And you most be thinking, why do you say this? But I'm telling you, it's so important that if you can grasp this, what is more important is your mindset. Because I can tell you for free now, there are people that are making six figures and they are living paycheck to paycheck. They will go broke if they stop working. And at the same time, there are people that are making 50K or less, and they are on track to set their family up for generational wealth. So basically, here is the mind shift that you need to make, and you need to understand. All is relative. How you spend £100 is exactly how you're going to spend £10,000, because it is all proportion. So let's say you got £100, you decide you're going to spend half of it on shopping, you just decide to blow half of it. You decide to spend 25% just giving it away to people however you like. And then you spend the remaining 25% on your bills or the house or whatever needs spending or covering. That same ratio or proportion is what you're going to use and do when you get 10,000, when you get 100,000, when you get 1,000,000, you're going to spend it exactly the same way. So this is why it's so important for you to make this emotional shift. It's so important for you to make this mindset shift before we begin on this journey. I built it on the principle of, I do not want my salary to fund my LISA account. So a LISA account, if you're over here in the UK, is an account that you can use that is tax efficient account that you can put money in every year. You can put up to £4,000 every year, and the government will give you 25% of whatever you put in. So that's 1K free month money in my eyes. But the thing is, you cannot access that account until you're 60. And by the time you reach 50, you cannot put money into that account. And you have to open that account before you're 40. So you need to open an account before you're 40. You can put money into that account until you're 50, and then you cannot access that account until you're 60. And I decided that I don't want to use my hard-earned salary to pay into that account. I'm going to make my money make money to pay into that account. Yeah, you get it? Okay, so let's move on. So the action I took was to open up another stocks and shares account. So my LISA account it's not a cash LISA, it's a stocks and shares LISA. And so I opened up another stocks and shares account, and that account is purely a dividend. All the stocks and shares I've bought in that account are pure dividends. That's all they do. They just spit out money for me every month. So the highest form of stocks and shares on the market that pays dividends are something called REITs. And you can get them that pay out monthly, you can get them that pay out quarterly. So what I did was I sat down and I did the maths and I looked at what REITs I need to get and how much they will pay me each month and how much I need to buy each month in order to get to a point where every month it is giving me X amount that I can now use to pay into my LISA. So as soon as I worked out the maths and did the maths, I automated everything. And what that means is that every month I'm not having to decide and think, oh, what shares shall I buy and how many shares shall I buy? Everything is automated. So from my salary account, the money goes out and goes straight into the stocks and shares account that holds all my REITs and buys the REITs for me. And what is pretty cool is I've got to a point where the amount of dividends that those REITs are given by itself. So it's a term called DRIP. You can research it. So what happens is the dividends that those stocks and shares produce every month is enough for them to buy 1 or 2 more shares for me every single month. So what that means is that less of my money is being used to buy the stocks and shares. The stocks and shares is buying stocks and shares for me. And as a result, all of that has now compounded, which means that I can now reassign my salary that I would have been using to buy stocks and shares to fund my LISA account to do something else. So I've basically retired my money from buying stocks and shares because the stocks and shares, I'm buying stocks and shares that will produce dividends that will now pay into my LISA account every year, that maximum of £4,000 until I'm 50. So the power of dividend investing is massive when it comes to creating passive income, and compounding is also important, and compounding works even more better over time, which is so important for us to get into, especially as Black women here in the UK. We are underrepresented, it says here, when it comes to ownership and savings. So if you haven't already done so, please go and open up a LISA, get one sorted out. If you are under 40 or not yet 40, please go and open one, get one sorted out. So since starting my travel business, I have been exposed to so many ways of generating income and to make money work for me at the same time. So for example, when I book my own private trips or holidays, I get commission on everything I book. So that's basically like cash back. When I book for other people, I'm getting commission there as well. And when I book my holidays, I use my credit card to book my holidays. So my money is working because I'm getting points back, which I can use for like air miles and things like that. And then the money that I would use to pay off that credit card eventually is sitting in my high interest current account, making money there for me as well. One of the best rewards is coaching my team how to build their team and share this opportunity with other women, like-minded people that will benefit from becoming a pro traveler and working from rest. I mean, the ability to work from rest and overcome guilt, generate wealth at the same time, and also work with like-minded women that understand you and get you and know what you're going through is so priceless. So reach out to me on TikTok, on Instagram, and I can share with you information on the travel industry and you can see how it can work for you. This week's task is for us to go and research a brokerage account or a stocks and shares account or a LISA account. If you have not already opened one and you're under 40, go and research one. If you have a brokerage account, a LISA account, like a money box or something like that, research a stock that gives you high dividends. Yeah, or you can go for a dividends ETF. Go educate ourselves on this. I know these words sound a bit much, but do some research and educate yourself. So if you don't have a stocks and shares account, research one. If you do have one, research a high yield dividend stock. So next week is going to be the final episode in the series of how to make sure that we're financially consistent. And I have something for you as well. So if you've been listening all month, then you absolutely want to stay tuned. Thank you so much for listening up until this moment. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, share with friends or family, subscribe on the platform that you're listening to. I am on YouTube, I am on Spotify, and I am on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you next week. Until then, remember, you are anxious for nothing, and when you win, everyone wins.